Thank you for joining Wars of the Rosies as we continue with part 13, lesson 12 of the Illuminated Faith, Mystical Interpretation of the Gospel of St. John by R. Swinburne Clymer. Lesson 12. As consciousness of soul increases, the work of the mind decreases. St. John, chapter 3, verses 30 through 36. 30. He must increase, but I must decrease. Before the Christ can manifest himself, it is necessary for the mind to awaken to its function in the divine plan of life. It must first become convinced that material and physical things are not lasting. It must become established in the desire for higher and better things. It must be willing to put forth effort and to use its creative powers in cultivating attributes and qualities and graces of soul. Thus, seeing its mission, though it be dimly, the mind is become the voice in the wilderness. It is John, the forerunner of the Christ. Gradually, as the mind thus aroused to its noble purpose, seeks for that which is higher, as it endeavors to find the way, the truth, and the life, as the divine spark becomes enlivened in the temple of man's consciousness, as, through establishing habits of thought and desire in keeping with the Christ ideal, the mind cultivates and encourages qualities of soul. As such processes as these continue, the mind as a creative agent decreases in importance in proportion as that which it creates increases. Mind as an objective factor in soul building decreases in proportion as it gives place to that which it creates and builds. Even the soul, when the time comes that the soul has become fully conscious and man has found the Christ, the mind has accomplished its allotted task, and all authority is transferred from the intellectual center to the soul center. For this reason, John said, "He must increase, but I must decrease." Science of mind corresponds to John the Baptist. It is the voice in the wilderness, and if the voice is true to its message and to its mission, it will gladly give place to that which is to follow. Mind itself as creative agent is mortal, while the soul, that which results from the mind's creative activities, is immortal. If the mind does not give way or admit its secondary place in the divine purpose, if it claims to be the ultimate, then, unlike John, it betrays its trust. In its false claim, it is Lucifer, the star greatest in heaven except the Father, and, because of its disobedience in respect to the divine law, the law will remove it, and Lucifer shall fall. 31. He that cometh from above is above all. He that is of the earth is earthly, and speaketh of the earth. He that cometh from heaven is above all. The body of man is of the earth, it is earthly. The divine spark in man is of the Father, and comes from above. In order to understand this saying better, let it be supplemented by statements from the Corinthians. It is sown a natural body. It is raised a spiritual body. There is a natural body and there is a spiritual body. And so it was written, the first man, Adam, was made a living soul. The last Adam was made a quickening spirit. Howbeit, that was not first which was spiritual, but that which is natural, and afterwards that which is spiritual. There is but one visible body, that is, the form of man. It is that which comes from the earth and is of the earth. But when the mind awakens, when the voice cries in the wilderness, when John, the forerunner of the Christ, comes and teaches the truth, then is the natural body raised a spiritual body. This is a mystery that cannot be comprehended by the unillumined mind of man. That which comes from heaven is above all things, As taught by both John and Jesus, heaven is within man, within heaven. Man cannot know heaven until he has become soul conscious, until his center of consciousness has been transformed from the mind to the soul. When soul consciousness has taken place, when man has become illuminated, then has he raised the natural body into a spiritual body. He is no longer the son of man, but the son of God. First comes the natural body, but this is raised into a spiritual body through the efforts and the creative activities of the awakened mind, through obedience to the teachings of John. The lower forces, the physical earth body, having been raised or transmuted into the spiritual or purified body. 32. And what he hath seen and heard, that he testifieth, and no man receiveth his testimony. He whose mind has become awakened and who uses the awakened mind in the building of the immortal soul will testify. That is, he will manifest to others by his daily life that which he has seen. Through the use of the awakened mind, he has received the ineffable light. He is the Son of God, but the earth man, the one whose mind is not yet awakened to higher planes of thought than the physical, will not accept his testimony, for he is blind to spiritual things, having eyes they see not. 33. He that hath received his testimony hath set to his seal that God is true. Those who are able to receive, to recognize the manifestation of the Father, and to accept the truth, are the ones whose mind have become awakened and aroused to eternal things. To receive is to accept. To accept is to make use of. And as men follow the teachings of John and obey the divine law, they will know that God is true, that he is. 34. For he whom God hath sent speaketh the words of God, for God giveth not the Spirit by measure unto him. God is not of the flesh, but of the soul. God can send none to teach the way, the truth, and the life, except those who have become awakened. None can teach the truth except those who know the truth, and none can know the truth except those who have become awakened. Mortality cannot manifest immortality, but immortality can manifest through the mortal being, because it illuminates and transmutes that which is mortal. 35. The Father loveth the Son, and hath given all into his hands. To be the Son of God is to be like God. To become the Son of God gives one all the powers of God, all the laws of God, and all the attributes of God, though in lesser degree. God is love and light and life. In order to manifest the Father that is within our natures, we must manifest the qualities of love, light, and life. God being love, when we become like him, we also are born in love, and being born in love, we are a part of him. For love recognizes love and considers nothing apart and separate from God. To have become the sons of God means not only to have become like God, but even to be gods. For Jesus said to the Jews, "Is it not written in your law, I said, ye are gods?" To whom God would make known what is the riches of the glory of this mystery among the Gentiles, which is Christ in you, the hope of glory. Only those can understand this mystery who have become awakened to the fact that the body of man is but the house of that which is greater, and have made conscious effort to illuminate this house, which is the temple of the living God. But all men who will may so understand it, for all men are gods in potentiality. 36. He that believeth on the Son hath everlasting life, and he that believeth not the Son shall not see life, but the wrath of God abideth on him. When we believe that it is possible to become the Son of God, we accept the Son. When we accept the Son, we will do the work of the Son, and when we do the work of the Son, then do we become the Son. Faith alone, no matter how sublime it may be, is not sufficient. But when we do and act and live according to our faith, when we obey the divine law, when we work in harmony with it, then will we accomplish the works of faith and become the sons of God. In God there is no wrath, nor does he curse us, but the law is absolute, and he who does not obey the law will not reap the benefits of the law. Disobedience ends in spiritual death, and death is a curse. It is the punishment of disobedience. Thank you for watching, and please don't forget to share, like, subscribe, and comment. And if you can, please consider donating to Wars of the Rosies. Links to PayPal and Patreon are in the description. Thank you so very much.